Hello, guys. Welcome to our channel once again. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Before we go ahead, if you're not subscribed to our internet in YouTube channel, please make sure you click on the social button on Shop Realities TV YouTube channel and also on Filtered Results YouTube channel. So let's go into today's episode. How do you guys feel about the episode? Because for me, I'm gonna say it was like surprising, shock, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, for me, hey, I always want to get to the meat of the plate. You know what I'm saying? Forget the potatoes,
Mm-hmm,
forget the little sides. I like going for the
mm-hmm,
meat. So
mm-hmm.
it was interesting. I mean, some of the stuff we kind of already knew, right?
Yeah,
Like the little secrets we kind of already knew. Um, so it was good to finally see some stuff come out.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was moving pretty fast. There wasn't a bunch of dull moments. I'm sure we'll get to the dull moments, but it is much better so far than the first half of the season.
exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. Like, at least it was better than last week. Although last week was not that really bad, but last week had a little dullness, but it was great. This week was spectacular. Like, I never expected this much. Like, I was watching it, I was like, oh my God. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the episode. Firstly, we had the continuation from last week's episode where Melody and Melody and Kiki's chat, the continuation. Now what did you feel about this thing? Because on the streets of Love and Marriage Huntsville, there was a lot of arguments. Some people were like, "Yay, Melody, go on." Some people were like, "Oh, Kiki talks too much." Some people were like, "Melody shouldn't have entertained the conversation." What was your own perspective about it?
Well, I mean, hey, you kind of figure that Kiki's kind of fed up at this point. She's not getting any type of support from her cousin Letitia. And those two cousins, they've been just going back and forth, back and forth. It kind of makes you feel like where is the love? Is there any? You know, or are you
Um,
guys more like enemies and cousins at the same time? But
yeah.
you could tell she's just kind of getting tired of carrying the bones. So she was just like, here's a plate of bones. I know you know. And what's so funny is when they were beeping out the names, didn't you guys hear a dog bark and a ding ding I thought I was tripping. I played it over again, same thing.
Yeah, that
So
was cute.
yeah, I was like, what the heck? You know? So yeah, I felt it was a long time coming for Kiki.
Yeah, but a long time coming for what? That's the part I'm not understanding. Since they are cousins, it's like, what are you so angry about? What are you so upset about? Maybe I'm missing something. Perhaps you guys can fill me in because they did show the flashback of when they did meet at that boxing center,
Right.
and
Yeah.
thought they agreed to let bygones be bygones. So, like, what is she so upset about? Can you please fill me in because I think I'm missing something.
I think when Kiki, got in was on almost like America's Most Wanted of Huntsville. What was it called again?
Crime Stoppers.
Crime Stoppers. Yeah, she said, "Hey, my cousin didn't even reach out to me," and then you have Tisha saying, "Well, she's probably on drugs again," and like, I thought you guys were gonna end it and stop it. The back
Okay,
and forth.
so does this Kiki know this in real time that Tisha had filmed that and said that?
I'm not too sure.
So
Yeah,
rumors
I'm
have been going
happy to
around.
hear it.
Yeah, maybe the
Yeah.
producer told her what she said. Maybe that's it. Okay, thanks for filling me in.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna stop it, you stop it. You don't bad mouth the other one when they're not around.
You
Like
know,
that was extra information that you were carrying. Hey, maybe she's still on drugs. Like, who needed that information?
yeah, for me, a lot of people were like saying Melody shouldn't have entertained. I was like, oh, how was she entertained? Like, I came up to meet my friend, and you want to discuss about something, you want to let something off your chest. I would certainly sit down and listen. And who doesn't love a good gossip? Es-
But
Especially if it's about somebody that takes their time and gossip about you. And people that what I was looking at was like a lot of people wanted to start acting like, oh, Melody is acting out of character. It's not acting out of character. She never, all true, she never said anything against Tisha.
mhm,
She never did say, oh, Tisha is what. She never said any bad word against her. She still kept it clean, which is difficult to do.
right,
When you're listening to gossip and it's about one person in particular, you know that you are is not really on your good plate. It's always hard to keep it clean without saying something bad about the person. But she still tried. The only thing she did say was, I'm gonna throw back what Tisha said to me in my
back at
own
her.
time.
Yeah, right,
That there is no smoke without fire.
right.
And she was just looking at it like she was making a honest review about it. Like you are hearing something and you're like, okay, if this thing is the way it is, the way Kiki is saying, I've thought the same thing because Kiki was talking about the alleged story that came out then that a YouTuber I don't love this was like was bringing out about the Scots. Now she was talking
Mhm,
about this thing, right?
right,
And then it was flying through the street, rumors. Everybody was trying bringing out their own stories. Allegedly, it was so many stories coming out at that moment, and everybody was shocked about the stories. And like she's talking about it now, and Melody's hearing it and being like, "Huh, if I was the one in the position of Tisha, I'm hearing all these things. I would also think like that, like, wow, all these main stories." And Melody was like, the thing is that why is she pissed at Kiki? That's the question I want to ask. Why was Latisha pissed that Kiki didn't tell her um about the situation that was going on the streets of Lower Marriage Huntsville? You know, it was going on the street of Lower Marriage. Why is um Latisha pissed at Kiki? Because I felt like the annoyance is like a transfer of aggression to somebody that is not deserving of it. Yeah, you heard something about your spouse that is okay. Maybe even if it's not true, allegedly the stories are not true. It's rumors. People are just trying to run with narrative. At least your cousin called you and said, "I would love to meet up with you. There's something I'm hearing. There's something that's going on." You could not
right,
even give her the audience, according to
right.
what Kiki said. You didn't give her the audience to come and visit her. And she was like, you know what? If you felt like I was not worthy enough to give me the audience, fine. I don't owe you that. Now you're pissed off she didn't tell you. You're now transferring the aggression on her.
Right.
My question now is Letitia right to be pissed at Kiki when there were other people involved? We had the person releasing the stories online, the guy that was allegedly revealing the receipts that he had online, her husband involved allegedly in the case was there, and she wasn't pissed off at her husband that he whatever way or shape or form he got them to this extent that they had to be gossiped about. There had to be rumors about them. She was not pissed at all the parties involved on these rumors. she was not pissed at them, but you chose one person. I felt like she just chose the weak person among them and ran with it and pour all the annoyance that she was supposed to pour at other people at Kiki. That's that's what I just felt.
Okay, that's an interesting twist on it. You know, whew, that was a lot to take in what you just said, though. But yeah, that's an interesting twist on it. I just felt like Kiki just basically had enough. You know, she's the talk of the town right now. You know, and her cousin doesn't have her back. But yeah, like she said, hey, I tried to reach out to you so we could meet and talk, and you kind of declined. you know. So yeah, I think Kiki basically has had enough, of Letitia acting like these rumors aren't out there, because uh, they got a lot of stuff going on out there in Huntsville.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as them getting their ideas getting shut down before they even begin it. They got people calling city council on them, and you know, for the events that they're trying to do with black. And I don't understand how they figured they were going to raise enough money to actually build homes off of a one night thing, but okay.
I don't I can't.
So, so
I'm sorry.
now, oh, okay. The
No,
fact
I
is,
just couldn't
I
stop laughing. That was so funny what you just said. Um, yeah, so I guess what you guys are saying is the reason why Kiki is upset is because she tried reaching out to her cousin, I guess for them to talk about this rumor maybe. Also, the
yeah.
cousin doesn't seem to have her back in a small town like that where all of this gossip is going on. Maybe the cousin just didn't want, maybe Tisha just didn't want to bring any light to it. Maybe she figured if I just ignore it, maybe it'll go away.
We
Well, then she should have let her
Huntsville is
cousin
very
in on it.
small.
But she should have let her cousin in on it. Like, girl, you know what? I'm not trying to give no light to that. But
Right,
thank
let's
That's
just
you.
like
squash it.
yes.
Yeah, like
You know,
Giselle and Robin, how Giselle did not bring it up and made sure she didn't bring any light to the whole Robin situation with Juan. I get it. They
yeah.
could have talked about it, but I guess she wants no parts.
Well, whew. And
And now she's throwing her cousin to the wolves. Like it's like a fight or flight response. Like you're throwing me to the wolves. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna die alone. I'm gonna pull the both of us together. That's what I think. And some people don't know how to handle when you're trying to be nice with them, like and they're not getting the response they want from you. Some
Mhm.
people don't know how to handle that.
Right. They
So
probably feel a sense of rejection. Yeah.
yes. So I feel like probably Kiki couldn't handle the fact that she's trying to reach out to her cousin says she's trying to be a nice person, but it seems like my niceness is not really paying off,
Right.
and I'm being taken for a joke. And nobody likes being taken as a joke. Absolutely
True.
nobody.
True.
Nobody likes being taken for a joke. So, and probably because I'm just like, you know what? Teacher has talked about a lot of people in different shape and forms that are unpleasant on this show. We're not even talking. Don't know, like we've not. She has talked about a lot of people on the show in an unpleasant manner, and she has got away with it. So we don't do unto people what you expect them to do unto you.
True.
If you can talk about another person in a very bad way, of course you should also expect that you will be talked about. You can't sit down there talking about people every time and you expect that you will just be, scaling by like, okay, nobody talk about me, I'm free. Please. It's not possible. I don't. But anyway, I'm happy that they had that chat because a lot of people got to find out a lot of things that was going on in the show. A lot of people, a lot of things had to come around. Uh, Now let's go to the chat that what's his name? Maurice was having with his brother. I felt like I am tired of this conversation. I am if I hear this conversation one more time, I I don't know. But the only reason why I wanted to talk about this was I didn't like the way Maurice was talking about the whole issue. The way he was like, oh, the reason why I wanted to buy this Jeep for her, after she has been asking me for a car or for a Jeep for a very long time, and we've gone through a lot. She almost went because of her chemo and everything. I was like, the way he talked about her, it was unpleasant to me
Yeah,
about the whole situation.
yeah. I didn't like the
The
part where
car
he said that she wanted the sunroof down and so the wind can blow through her hair. And then he says, "But she doesn't have much hair
doesn't
now."
have hair.
What do we
Like,
need to know this?
excuse
You know,
me. Oh my god.
I mean, goodness gracious, whose team are you on, Maurice? You know,
So we was saying what you want.
jeez. Yeah, it's like go ahead and tell my deepest, darkest secrets. Why don't you? You know what I'm saying? That kind of information is supposed to be in the house, in, wherever I do my hair. Leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because have you ever thought about it? Maybe his sex ain't the best in the world. So chemo kind of saved her from you. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my god.
Like,
Oh.
dude, quit thinking that you're God's gift. You know what I'm saying? And
Like
I
for the
am,
first time, I agree
yeah,
with
I am so
Masao.
sick of that conversation. I don't want to hear about it anymore. Because if he keeps on mentioning it, now a person like me, I'm gonna think you're cheating because you're trying to give me a blueprint to something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, you said give me a blueprint.
Yeah. I'm thinking that hey, you letting me know, and do I need to follow the clues? You know. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was a guilt gift. We'll find out later.
Hmm. Oh, I hope that this is the last time we hear about this topic. I literally do hope this is the last time we hear about this topic. But now let's move on to some of the interesting part in today's episode. Tisha and Masao. Ooh, man. Um, here they're talking about black bet on black. I'm gonna say something. I don't have so many things to talk about this, but I feel like Sharp Reality, you covered a lot about this bet on black on your YouTube channel. All right. I know that I watched some of the stories. I knew a lot of information about the bet on black from your YouTube channel. Now I
Mhm.
want to ask, was it cancelled or was it postponed?
That is so funny. Well, they said that it was postponed, like, when it in real time when it happened, they said it was postponed and that they were going to do it bigger and better at a later date. And then at the
Mhm.
barbecue, she just kinda just matter of fact just said, "Oh, yeah, because we postponed our event," and just moved on and kept walking with her plate or whatever she had.
Yeah.
So, I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything else about it, but that was a funny question. I don't know. I haven't heard anything else about it.
Because I'm surprised. I heard two different storylines in the same episode. When they were here and they were in their confessional, she was like, the reason why, Masao always leaves her to talk about those kind of things, be like, give her, I don't know, whether I just wants to give her that, okay, I know a lot of things about the business. So all these kind of things, he leaves her to talk about it, and she's like, "Oh, I know that our bet on black, we had to cancel it because of some people were calling, trying to ruin us." Then on the barbecue stuff, she said it was postponed, and I was like, "Okay, fine." In one episode, we've had two different versions. Which one are we supposed to believe right now? Because when you want to lie about something, please be accurate. Don't be confusing us with it. Is
Well,
it cancelled?
yeah, I guess you're right. Postpone and cancel are not necessarily the same thing, but delayed. They didn't change, with their
Yeah.
reasoning for I can't even say it,
Because
canceling or postpone it.
so if I tell you I postponed an event, that means okay, at a later date and time, we would do it. And if I tell you it's cancelled, that means it's never happening again. So if you tell me in one go, um postponed and cancelled, so which one should we pick? That's my question. Like which one should we pick? The postponement or the cancellation?
I think maybe cancel because they haven't said anything else about it. And one of the viewers had sent me a whole bunch of these same types of events that are taking place in Huntsville. At least 8 of them this year alone of this casino night.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
Oh
why do you
wow.
guys
Oh,
need to do one as well? What's that? What'd you say?
No, I said, oh wow.
Yeah, it's a very popular theme, I guess, for that area. So in the city of Huntsville alone, I think like 7 or 8 of them in Huntsville and then one of them in like a neighboring city. So it's like,
Okay.
why do you guys need to do the same thing? Reinvent the wheel. So,
Oh,
yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they're not gonna do it anymore, but it was interesting to hear them talk about it because when they showed the preview, I was like, "Oh my goodness." I was like, "That is exactly what I had heard." So it's like that person who told me that was like, "Oh my gosh."
mm,
It's like when somebody tells you something, it's like they kept saying and then for them to actually address it, and then from what I understand, it wasn't just the city. It was like these persons or people or person or whatever was just
yeah,
like very, um, what is the word for that? Insistent upon the fact that, "Oh, this is gambling," or whatever, when it wasn't gonna be gambling. Like, why would somebody do that? But I guess some people just don't care for them, and that is what he said, that if it wasn't this event, it was gonna be something
mm,
else because people are always
wow.
trying to, make them look bad, which
mm-hmm.
doesn't require much effort, right?
Oof. Ah,
Well, because they're always in regards to these events or whatever, or the copying or whatever, it's just like there just seems to be a running theme where things don't ever seem to just turn out the way they're planned to turn out for them. I don't know what the
yeah,
problem is.
I don't know. Maybe they should try an event planner and quit trying to plan the event themselves.
Right.
probably. Probably they should do that. Seems like they're not very good planners
Yeah,
because
exactly.
there's always one problem, on everything they always put their hands into. And on this part where she was like, crying, a lot of people want to comfort her. Then she tried to rope in the Macy and Mila stuff. I know you also copied and covered that on your YouTube channel about the Macy and Mila's issue and the copying of Canvas, alleged copying of Canvas, templates. I don't know. I'm not very good in this kind of stuff when it comes to that particular extent. But please, when you give a professional to open a website for you, do they just go and copy? I've never heard of that before, so I don't want to judge if I don't hear like, okay, yes, it's something like that could happen. Like you go and copy somebody else's, and they say that he was trying to like say, oh, is he Canvas Beauty's, was it the one that did Canvas Beauty's own? And she was like, I don't know, but I paid him good money, so he just went ahead and copied everything about Canvas. So does that kind of thing happen a lot over there?
You know what?
Unprofessionalism?
Honestly, I'm pretty sure, that happens probably a lot in business, where
Mm-hmm.
a person doesn't have their own, know how to make their own format for
Mm-hmm.
something. So they'll Google something or go on somebody else's website and see how they're doing
Mm-hmm.
it, so they can kind of base what they're trying to do around that. Maybe he just, did the copy and paste, but you know, I'm not gonna pay you a bunch of money to do something I know how to do myself, first off. And I'm intelligent enough to read up about the subject,
Mm-hmm.
take the most important parts of it and apply it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
if I would have been Letitia, I would have been proofreading stuff. Okay, you've done your assignment. Give it here. Let me see. See what I'm saying? So she's putting too much trust in the wrong people if she's starting a young company. So I don't know. Me personally, I would have proofread it before I would have put anything up on my site.
Well, it really didn't make much sense because from what I understand, it was a Shopify website, meaning that everything is built in the products. I mean, it's like it's from what I understand, it's because I looked at the YouTube video before I did my
Uh,
video. You just upload just photos of your products and the prices that you want, and the site just kind of just does everything for you. Even the shipping policy, the privacy policy, your returns policy, all of that stuff is built into the website. You just go in and just plug in the name of your business, the contact person, email address,
yeah,
address. Yes, and so that's why it doesn't make sense as to why they would have Stormy's information on that site. The web developer or whomever did it did not need to do that. They could have simply done it with the tools that were on her site. So that just kind of makes you wonder what is really going on. That is very unusual
mm,
and unnecessary.
right,
It would be necessary if you're building a website from scratch, but that's not what Shopify is. All of the tools are there,
right.
and that did not need to happen. And so she said, and then I think Marceau was trying to give her a little hint, allegedly, when he said, "Oh, aren't you guys using the same person?"
Yeah.
And she didn't even fall
Yeah.
for it. I don't know. He's in the business. It's like he was trying to bail you out, and she just didn't seem
She
to
didn't,
catch
yeah,
on.
she didn't, I don't think she grabbed. I don't think she grabbed. Somebody on the comment section said, Nicole said, I think they screwed over so many people that anyone could have called, but I don't believe anybody called. I feel it was because they never got any ticket sales. Mm. At least they were able to get ticket sales from at least the whole cast of Lower Marriage Huntsville. So, you know,
Well, and then they
I wouldn't
canceled
say,
it. They canceled it, I think it was the morning of, because I remember that they had it was just a quick little Instagram story that had, like, playing cards, blackjack 21 or whatever floating across the screen. And then, like, an
mm-hmm,
hour or 2 later, that was gone because the person who told me about it, they were supposed to go back and record it, and they said they went back and it was gone already, and then next thing you knew, they had those postponed signs. So it was either the morning of the event or the day before, it just disappeared, and the next thing we know, they're at this baseball event. Remember they went to that baseball thing for the seniors?
yeah, yes, yes,
So
yes.
it
For
was
the senior,
so
yeah.
right, yes,
Was-
remember that day. So it was just so
Yes.
last minute how it just disappeared. So that's what makes me think that perhaps it was the phone calls, and then maybe production is the one who said, "Okay, this is just, let's not risk it." This is just my hypothesis. I could be totally wrong, but the way that it just disappeared so quickly was very odd because it seems like they were moving forward with it until the last minute, and then it just disappeared.
Then Nicole says Tommy said she created the website and policy herself. So it's very confusing. A professional will not do all that and then you don't proofread it. It does not make sense.
No, it
Exactly.
doesn't make sense. You're right, Nicole.
Hmm.
It doesn't make sense. And I wanted to bring this thing up thanks to a YouTuber talk with Lana. She said Canvas somebody posted and said, first of all, you provide web designers with verbiage for all page blocks. Tell that to your little fans that have no idea about starting a business or website design. Take accountability, Latisha. Then Canvas Beauty, Stormy, replied the comment and said, exactly, designers are not responsible for policies. How would he know? How would he have known that?
Oh, wow. When was that? When did she post? Was that yesterday that she
Earlier on
posted it?
today, yes, I think it was
Uh-oh.
on.
Wow.
So, if Stormy herself is coming out to say that, then like there's something brewing. Like I don't know. And of recent, I don't know whether I'm only one that noticed. I've not really been seeing them shooting a lot after her party, after the Stormy's party. The get together they had at Black recently. I think that was Marcel's birthday. We only saw the Fletchers. We normally it's always Destiny, Stormy, and her husband with some more other friends, but I didn't see the Steels there. We only saw the Fletchers, Destiny, and the Scots.
I think Stormy was in New York. Didn't she go to New York earlier this week for the meeting with the fragrance company? I know she was in New York earlier this week, so that may have been why she
Mm-hmm.
wasn't there.
Mm.
But she
Was
did have
she at the
another. I'm sorry, go ahead.
was she at the in Latisha's Yacht's birthday party that they threw in LA after the reunion shooting?
I didn't see her in any of those things. I didn't see her in any of those
So,
little videos. Yeah. But
so
I think she had her child with her though. I think her son
because
was with her. So I don't think that she would be
mm,
attending that stuff with her son. Do you think she would?
but it's literally very surprising because we know. Well, let's not. I don't want to go in deep into it because, of course, if something was happening between them, we'll surely find out about it later on. If there's now a divide between them, of course, we'll find out later on. But for her to say that on the comment section, it tells me that probably something might must be going on. Another thing I also wanted to talk about in this part was when they said they were talking about them building and everything. She was like, Sculpture Real Estate is going for, you know, businesses are going nice. That she just met up with her contractor to talk about some certain things. And I wanted to ask, please do, businesswomen in the house, do you meet up with your contractor dressed like this?
Never. I mean, well,
Never.
my contractor is my husband, but I'm the CEO. So, yeah, but somebody outside of my husband, heck no. Never. Mm-mm. It's a little bit too much for me.
It's not even that. It's a business meeting, irrespective. Like she's on sleepers, she's on bomb shorts, that is the tiered ones, and she's on this kind of singlet. It's not like, and the fact is that they keep on saying we have work going on, and I didn't see 1 ounce of work, like a worker or anything, during this things. I don't know. I think I joined one YouTube live when the episode aired yesterday. I was like, the person was like, Carlos being be like, since the Scots don't want to tell us the truth about something, he just gives you hints like, okay, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Like, you know, try to form the truth by yourself. Because how will you say you are working on things and we don't even hear a single hammer, nothing? And you said you just met up with your contractor, and you're dressed like this,
Hey,
Right, and with
like
those
this.
shoes that she has on, at least he has on a tape measure attached to him, so he looks like he's working, but you're right, her shoes are not safe shoes. You wouldn't wear shoes like that at a construction site.
oh heck no.
She could yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-mm. You come in
Ex-
looking like one of the boys. You know, you come
It
in
wasn't
with your work
it
boots
wasn't
on.
looking professional at
Yeah,
all.
exactly.
It wasn't looking professional, and I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yep, and you're
How
supposed to have on a you're supposed to have on one of those hats. The safety hat.
safety hat.
Yeah. That's a problem for OSHA right there. You know what I'm saying?
And the way he was like, um, I don't know, I wanted to bring this up again. Like, please, has anybody seen Latisha and her husband Masao ever been loving
Yes,
once?
at his birthday party the other night, they were.
Oh my God. Okay. I just want to say, probably they don't always like to show us on the TV. Maybe they are very camera shy when it comes to expressing their love on TV. Because how would your wife be crying about something happening and you couldn't even, like, give her a little hug? He just put his hand on his shoulders, like as if he was, you know, telling his boy, like, oh, stop
Take a
crying, like one of his
vacation.
boys, like, oh, stop crying, stop crying. The way he was telling her to stop was as if he was telling one of his boys, not his wife, not someone he has affection for.
Hopefully, there was a camera in the way. Maybe that was the reason. Because they
Oh
have,
my,
like, 2 cameras, maybe 3.
how is there a camera between him and his wife's body, like? Oh my God. The excuses that we're trying to give him right now. Like, can you see a camera in front of Patricia? Like, really? If they just wanted to give her a hug, he was free. The mic, whatever is at the back of her clothes, like, he could
Or
have
they could
well
have
given
one of
her a
those
hug.
boom mics. There could have been a boom mic hanging in front of them
Oh,
between the 2. I'm trying to help them out.
oh my God. Really? Really? We're going with that story.
And that shirt was not flattering on him. Look at that shirt.
Oh,
Look where it says black.
I think I think I laughed over it, like, earlier on. I was talking to somebody about the episode and I said, why does this guy wear polos? It's not a good side on him. It's not pleasing. Like, you look at him on these polos and you're like, no, it's not attractive. I don't know why he's always, probably maybe wants to do a little advertisement on black, because I'm always seeing him a lot on black's polo the second half of the season. Like, every time he's on the polo, he's about black. So maybe he's doing a little advertisement.
Yep, free advertisement.
So I feel like probably he's doing that a little. Maybe he's doing a little advertisement, because it was not. It didn't. And I was like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? Now I wanted to talk about some things, like, some. I saw some things on this thing, and you know I want to digress a little bit. And Marcel posted this on a Facebook group. And he said this thing. He said, I think probably it came from last week about the bankruptcy stuff. So I wanted to bring it up here. He said, first, who TF files bankruptcy in college? Second, if you want to do some real digging, find out how he filed for bankruptcy in September of 2017 and was able to buy Black and Scott Manor and Uptown by the next September with a stay-at-home wife that you all think is clueless. You better get some real game, and leave the tea alone. So he's telling on you guys. He's telling you guys to stop talking about him because of last week. We know we talked about the bankruptcy stuff a lot. So he's like, how can he, file for bankruptcy and still come back the next September and buy Black Scott Manor and Uptown? Now this like got me thinking, did you really buy Scott Manor?
Mm.
What is Scott Banner? He referring to the land?
Probably because
Oh,
they've not
okay.
produced anything, so it's the land.
Okay, okay.
Did have they bought it? Does he have a Uptown? All the things he's mentioning, I don't think he has full control on Black. Scott Manor hasn't gone any further since we've heard about it. Uptown is also, I don't think has gone any further since we heard about it. So I don't understand.
Well, well, he
I
said
don't know
you
why
guys, so I'm gonna be quiet.
he's talking to every one of us that probably talk about them. You know, I don't
He
tend to
said
talk
y'all
about
better
their
get
finance.
some real game and leave that tea alone. So maybe that's a threat. Maybe he's like warning people to, be careful. Stop digging
Yeah,
so deep.
yeah, and last week if people were talking a lot about the bankruptcy stuff, so I guess he was tired of hearing it after last week's episode. So
Well, he bought it up. He's the one who bought up the bankruptcy information, right? When he was talking with
yes,
Marcel. So if you don't want people talking about shit, quit bringing it up. Okay, so what? You may own a few things. Good for you. I'm happy, you know. But my thing is, when you get your bad press, bring your receipts.
mm-hmm.
If you're not bringing your receipts, then people are going to think how they want to think, and if you're not trying to shut down the chatter, then keep doing what you're doing, but oh, don't get all salty and all hurt and butt hurt and be like, well, I own this and I've done this and I've done that. Like, okay, dude, so thank you. I appreciate what you have contributed towards building uh, a better financial future for your family, you know, but you're the one who bought it up.
Yeah, you brought it up in the episode by yourself, and now
Yes.
people started running around with it. Now you're like, don't talk about my bankruptcy if you don't have real info. Like he for me, he's always running as if he's scared of some big information being known about him. As much
Right.
as they tell themselves everybody is talking about us, everybody's talking about us, they don't. As much as this second half we talk about them, we've not really found out any truths.
True. Well, as long as everybody's talking about them, it's making them very relevant. So, what they need to do while they're on this platform is do something. Do something great. Do something different. Think outside the box, you know, and do something while they're on this platform, while everybody's talking.
Yeah, and the fact that this part Tisha was talking about, she doesn't understand why people dislike them. I'm like, okay, should I give you a reason? Number one, Miss Wanda. Number two, your husband.
Yep. Yep.
He he talks a lot of crap, and you'll be like, how is this coming out from a man's mouth? And to him, he doesn't care how you feel. He wants to just prove his point. He wants to say what he has to say, you know. And one of those instances where he just says things from his mouth was this kind of instance. You know, Somebody posted these and said, I gave up being a wife to somebody who held very traditional values about my roles in the home so that I could focus on building my businesses and have zero regrets. So, the men on the timeline, do you know how much more your partner could be and accomplish if you truly supported her dreams in the way that she needed? To the men who support their partners in the way she needs, I see you and I salute you. Then she put up a race like this cartoon where women are, blocked with, household chores and whatnot. Then Marcel replies, and I don't understand how it's cool to bring your housework to the workplace. And instead of focusing on the task at hand, they get overdressed and stare at the poor men who just want to race. This shows how tough it is to be a man. Like, why would you make that kind of response to somebody that's just saying something about herself that she's happy she did because right now she's accomplishing what she wants to be or what she wants to do, and you went ahead and just it's with even I don't still understand what he meant here because for me I felt like this is rubbish. Like he said, I'm the smartest in the room. His mouth is bad. Your mom is always, I'm pretty sure I'm waiting on her mom to come on YouTube in the next few days to come and talk about the episode. Everybody that was rude to Tisha in this episode, everybody that said something, had something to impute on Tisha this episode, even we as YouTubers, anybody that said anything bad against Tisha on this episode, I'm pretty sure we'll all get tongue lashings from Wanda on her YouTube.
Oh my goodness. Look, girl, don't nobody dislike Letitia. I don't dislike
I
Letitia.
don't dislike Letitia.
I don't even know her, but from what I am seeing on TV, I just feel like she is in a narcissist type of relationship with her husband where he gets to dictate what goes on, uh, what she can do, how far she can take it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she's not really free to be herself, and maybe she likes it like that. I don't know, you know, but I'm just saying, as a woman being in a marriage, you can still be an individual. I mean, you can still have your own identity. You know what I'm saying? So if you choose to go out and be in the business world and work and make your dollars, you should. It's great to have your male companion, your husband, to support you in that. In everything, the housework, the cooking, the cleaning. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I mean, that isn't that like every woman's dream. You know what I'm saying? If she wants to work, she can work. If she don't want to work, she don't have to work. But not to be controlled, but yet to be able to use your own mind. I don't know.
Hi,
No.
Ladon. Oh,
No,
it seems like
everybody don't want that. Obviously. Hi guys, I miss you.
Hey, miss you too.
Um, I hear what you saying, honey bunch, but some women, you heard what Monique said the other day. Her man's her daddy and her, he's raising her. Some women like that. But I think it's less than more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the
Well,
sad thing about it is um the disrespect that comes with
well,
it so blatant. You
well,
can
that's
have a
that's when you're with the
situation where,
narcissist.
okay, my husband's the leader, but you're also able to still have your opinion and you're respected. you know?
Right. Those are the things I'm talking about.
But when you got somebody like him, she just like really stands on his every word. He's like the smartest thing to her anyway. But look where she comes from, Bessemer. That probably is like the slickest dude she ever seen. Yeah. Yep, I agree with him. Yep.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about the
I know I
barbecue
don't feel sorry for
event.
Tisha, because like you said,
You know,
she's not supposed to be scared of nobody.
oh
Nobody's supposed
wow.
to be scared of her. Like everybody has an opinion, so they're gonna
Hmm.
voice their opinion.
True.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about this barbecue stuff. Firstly, why does Tisha dress like this? Like, I think I watched your video earlier on Shop Reality. You did a review
I
earlier on,
think
and you were
the
like,
barbecue event was interesting. It was interesting.
I was looking at Shop
I
Reality. You did a
think
video
that
earlier on. Oh, wow. I think she's having issues. Shop Reality, you did a video earlier on where you were like, you put a video side by side with Chris Fletcher, the way his face changed, and you were like, probably his face changed because when he saw T-shirt dressed like this coming
Yeah,
into
her clothes look so uncomfortable.
telling you, I was like, um, allow those that could pull this off to pull it off. If you can't pull it off, don't try to compare. Just wear something you're comfortable on. Probably she came in was like, I want to be the most sexy dressed woman in this place.
She didn't accomplish it.
Oh,
That wasn't it. That wasn't it. Uh-uh. No, that belongs on a 21-year-old. You know,
wow.
and
If I
especially like, don't come to my house dressed like that in front of my husband, please, because I'm gonna throw you a T-shirt and say, "Here, girl, put this on." You know,
well, another thing is if the way she was coming in like this, if it was somebody else that came to an event like this, she would have something to say about it. That's Tisha. She would have a say about it. She would say things about it like, oh, this person should have dressed like this. But you're
She
coming
needs
to somebody else's
attention.
event. Oh, attention from who? Her husband was there, right there with her. So who does she need attention from? Because
yeah.
nobody's there. Nobody's there. I just felt like the dress was just it didn't make sense to me at all. It didn't make sense at all. She should stop it. She should stop it. But let's go into the main event. The main event. What did you guys feel about let's first talk about Melody coming
Oh,
in, looking all cute, the Fletchers coming in, looking all, loved up. And Mattel coming in finally in this episode, greeting everybody, he
I
greeted the
remember
Fletchers.
must
I
can
feel
y'all
your
hear
network is
me?
having issues. Yeah, it's breaking.
It's like we hear every other word.
Probably you should go out and come
Can
back
y'all
in.
hear me?
Yes.
Go out and come back in.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Can
I
you guys
can.
hear
Yes, we can
me?
hear. Oh wow, yeah, we can hear you. So as we're saying,
Can you hear
he came
me?
in. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Wow. Now everybody came in, like Mattel came in, greeted the Fletchers, greeted everybody, and tried to greet Melody. And the ignore was large. I said something, I posted something on my Instagram channel, Instagram page, and I said the way Melody tends to ignore Mattel needs to be studied. Yes, because I would want to ignore people, but I don't think I'm this. I would want to ignore people, but I don't think I'm very good like Melody. Melody will literally do as if you don't exist. If you want to ignore, if we, I think she's the queen of ignoring people. She could literally act as if you were not there.
Yeah,
The
you
way
know.
she told it, and I'm like, why are you putting your hands on somebody? Like, at what stage have you guys got into? That you were putting your hands on me, wanting to greet me, like. But I did like the way. Oh, shop reality. Wanda, you said Wanda is live on IG now.
Yeah, she's on IG right now, and she's
Oh,
talking about it.
I said it. I called
Yeah,
it.
you did. You brought her out.
I
Who's on
called it.
IG right now?
Wanda, you said either
Wanda.
What?
today or the next 2 days. I think that's something you said, and you brought her out.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I said it that I give her, well, I said it I give her 2 days. She was gonna come outside and talk about everybody that talked about her daughter in a bad way or said things that she didn't like about her daughter. And that's why people don't like Tisha. That's why people don't sympathize with her.
Right.
Yes, and it seems like she came on just like maybe a couple minutes after you said that.
Oh, I wonder what she turning in.
She's all, and the fact is that whenever she comes on there, she's always, I don't even know how she says those things on YouTube, but she's always rude,
Mm.
going deep on the insult.
Woo.
And she wonders why people don't like her daughter. Oh, please. But let's go back and talk about this Mattel. I said the way Melody ignores Mattel should be studied. Because I don't think I'll be very good at ignoring people like that. Because Melody acts as if you don't even exist. You even see the way she ignored Stormy. Like, Stormy didn't exist to her in this scenario. The way she was like, "Oh, it's only winners here. It's only winners here. It's only winners here." Like, she didn't recognize Stormy's presence over here.
Yeah, she doesn't give him any energy. I mean, which is cool. What? Look, energy is valuable. You can't give it to everybody, or else you'll be drained. You
Right, and
know.
she was looking so cute too, and I know he noticed that.
Oh, of course.
He had to reach out and touch. It was so sad. Look at his hand.
I couldn't believe he had the nerve to touch her.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
I was shocked when he touched her because I was like, I believe in respecting boundaries. You know, we've not heard that there's a shift in your relationship. We've not heard that you guys maybe have come to a common ground when it came to a relationship. Be touching up on me when we're not really on good terms. Like, you want to show the whole world. Like, I felt like he was trying to be like, oh, I'm trying to be at a good term or be on a good term. Melody is just the one that is where she is not like behind closed doors. Who knows what is going on behind closed doors? And that was why I appreciated um the Fletchers when they came out and talked about their experience. And that's why I really understand why they are still friends with the both of them, because they understood it. Because she said that in her own time, she stopped talking to Fletcher himself.
Right.
although their own didn't get to divorce. But I don't think Mattel understands that. He doesn't respect. Like, I don't think he understands what respect is, or even knows the definition
Right.
of respecting boundaries.
Yeah. He doesn't.
Because
No.
I believe that if both of us are not in good terms like that, I don't come up to a party because we're in a group, in the group of our friends, and try to give a facade that I'm trying to be good with you. Don't come to, don't be, don't be the, don't, I don't do fakeness. I know that the both of us are not good. When you see me, keep it like that until we become good. Don't come be pretending that, oh, I'm okay, I'm good with you. Then you act surprised when the person doesn't give you a response. Because the way he kept on looking, did you guys see the way he was looking at her when she didn't even, register that he was there? She literally ignored his existence.
Yeah,
Did you see the way he was looking at her?
that was a Ike Turner move. He touched her like, girl, I still love you. I'm here. And went past her, and she didn't give him no energy. So now he want to flare his nostrils, and puff his chest out a little bit. Like, dude, you have lost. Leave it alone. You have moved on, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've made your choices in life. And she's trying to, do better and bigger things. Let her be her. You
Mel
know.
gonna scrub that shoulder. She gonna scrub that shoulder with a Brillo pad and bleach when she get home. Like he touched me. Ilk.
Oh my god. Oh, I love the way Melody, controls her emotions a lot, because I don't think I would have been able to control my emotions. She's not in good terms with Stormy there. She's not in good terms with Mattel, but she still made sure she had fun. She still made sure that their existence didn't disturb or make her unhappy there. So that's why I said she needs to be studied, because I don't think that would be me. I probably will be Courtney and no one will be there,
Hmm.
because I know that people that I don't like will be there. I would probably be Courtney and not be there. But before we go ahead and go, did you feel it was valid for Courtney to uninvite himself from this barbecue?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I had to do that for a while. When I started changing, I had to pick and choose which family members' cookouts and functions I was going to go to because I didn't want them to make me start acting crazy, doing something I know I ain't got that I'm trying not to do anymore or be a part of. So
Right.
I had to not go to certain family members' house, and I would just give certain functions when I know who to invite and stuff like. I'm still like that today. If I go,
Yeah.
I got one cousin that ruins everything every time. And when I know she is going, I already know. I'm skipping out on that one, but I love y'all though. See y'all. Bye. You know? So I respect Courtney for saying, I can't even play that game. I can't even do that. Like, I ain't going because it's going to get ugly.
Yeah, and he got too much to lose.
That's a grown man taking self control.
Yeah. You know. So yeah, and he has that. Yeah, I may look like I'm smiling, but I'll tear you up face.
Woo!
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? He looked like a
Yeah.
linebacker. He looks
Woo!
huge.
He looked like a silverback gorilla. Like
Yes.
he get ready to take you down. But he also looks gentle too.
Yeah, but he's passionate about his wife. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hmm. Marcel's just disrespectful. And he thinks he can
Very.
keep
Yes.
joking it off, and everybody ain't gonna take it as a joke because they know you're not joking.
Well, you don't joke
Mm-hmm.
with women like that, first off.
And women that has their husbands close to them,
Right.
you don't do that. That's disrespectful. Because let's divert into it. Like, Kiki coming into this place, and I felt like, my opinion, she could have just avoided, stop, not coming here. She could have just not come. because it ended up being disastrous, and I enjoyed it. For the viewers, we enjoyed it, but in my opinion, she could have just stayed at home because what she, when people subtly try to annoy you, then you get a reaction from the person, and you now be like, "Oh, I don't believe you did that." That is what that is what Tisha did to um Kiki over there, because
I know,
she
but
came
tell
in.
the truth though. You don't think
Yeah,
Tisha was waiting for that? You don't think she deserved that? Tell the truth though. I think she's done so much and gotten away with it. If all she got was some water in the
I think
face,
she touched the last nerve of Kiki, because how would I come into an event with my husband? You greeted my husband in a good mood, like you you hugged, you were jolly with my husband. When I come to you and be like, Kiki, Tisha, you were like, oh, oh, how you were trying to be every other place, and you saw me greeting you, you dodged my greetings, and you were acting like a baby. And I feel like Kiki has had enough. You know, there's something that's doing too much, right? And I felt like it got to that point, like Kiki, and the fact that she kept on doing and doing when she wanted to. She was now trying to talk to Stormy here. Kiki and Masa were trying to be the louder voice, like to, shade her in. Like they were trying to. For me, I felt like they were trying to play with her intelligence. They were trying to make her dumb. Truthfully, that's how they were trying to make her feel. And truthfully, nobody likes, like I said earlier on in this
not
video, I said
important.
nobody likes being played as a dumb person. I wouldn't
Mhm.
want to be somewhere with a group of people and you're trying to play me as a dumb person. And you're trying to make me as a fool amongst you guys. I
Mm.
I would have see for every reaction you get from somebody, there was an action for it. There was an action that created a reaction from one person. Somebody just don't wake up in the morning. It's only people that are crazy or whatever that wakes up in the morning and decide, oh, okay, I want to react. I just want to go out there,
Tear some stuff up, huh?
yeah, I want to ruin everything. It's only people that have issues.
Right.
But you don't come, you do some certain things, you've been doing it. Everybody, Stormy even felt it. Like, no, something is wrong here. You know? It's
Right.
what you could feel like she was trying to make her feel like you are irrelevant. I don't care for you. And I think at one point Kiki was like, you know what? I'm pissed off. I'm really pissed off. And she was trying to talk to Stormy. They were trying to use the card game to like block Tommy and Stormy from talking to her. It pissed her off.
My point, yeah, yeah. Cause she came in greeting her with a hug, so
Yeah.
she shouldn't have had to stay home because she came with good energy. Tisha stank behind is the one that try to like you said, nobody likes to be made felt irrelevant or not important. You was like loud talking over her, trying to like stop her from speaking, like she's not, no.
Mhm.
And she said, "You gonna listen? You enough of this?
Yeah.
Enough."
I want to talk, you listen. And that was when the reaction came. Then the reaction came, um, irrespective of we feel like the reaction was not a nice one, but at least you acknowledge the fact that you caused the reaction that came from Kiki.
Yeah,
Then you start acting surprised when it flew at you, when the waters were flowing on you. You want to act surprised, and you're like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Oh my god. When she kept on saying that, why would you do that? Why would you do that? I was like, why wouldn't she do that? You literally provoked her. There's something called provoking. There are some people that are very good in provoking you. They poke you and provoke you. They make you out. You literally act like a mad person, and they be like, yeah, I called it. I said this person was not okay in the head. When you provoked that person to do that thing,
that's what
I don't I
Marceau
don't think
tried to
we
do.
I don't think we tend to talk about those things a lot, that people tend to provoke you and poke you. Then when you act out, they'll be like, yeah, I said it. She's of no good. He's of no good. But they forget you provoked that person to give that reaction. It's
That's how
only people
Marceau
that
was.
it's only people that are calm-headed that will realize, you know what, I'm not gonna fall for this trap you're trying to set for me.
Hmm. He kept saying, she's getting high again. You see,
Oh, oh my God. Oh,
you see,
please.
you see. I'm like,
You know what?
oh,
I, I felt like that. What the heck was that?
yeah, just
Why
like
did
you just said.
Masao go to that extent?
Yep. He did just what you said. Instead of saying she the crazy one, he said she the drug addict one that's actively getting high.
And he was like, call the police. For what? Exactly.
No, that's mutual combat. Nobody's getting arrested for that.
What
You
exactly are
know,
they calling the police for? For
right,
throwing a
for
drink on
water.
you?
Can't. It's just not gonna happen.
That's why you're saying call the police, so that they will come drug test her. Like, see, if at one time I was having pity for Letitia for having a drink thrown on her, immediately Marcel opened his mouth. I Every sympathy I had for her flew the window. And that's what I be saying, that she asks herself why people don't like her. She should look at herself in the mirror, aka her husband, aka her mother. They are the reason why people don't like her, because they tend to just open their mouth with no care for the other person's feeling. And you feel like after I yap about everything I want to yap about, I'm not caring about your feeling, I will not be able to react to everything you say. How would you say call the police so that they will come and drug test her? Man, the way Masao ran and hid at the back of the women. Oh my God. I was like, no, this is no Masao, because, you know, when your mouth runs the way Masao mouth runs, I believe you should be able to hold your strength, because those people tend to get beat up so many times.
Mhm.
So if your mouth runs the way Masao's mouth runs, why the heck was he hiding at the back of his wife and Kimmy? Was he expecting Kimmy to get beat up for him?
Ooh.
It just
Was he
got real on them. That's all.
was he
It
expecting
had just got real.
Tisha to get, like, the way he ran? I was shocked.
They need to have security on that set. Where was the security guard?
Why is he always hiding at the back of Maurice? Why does he always go to Maurice when he causes issues that it results to someone wanting to fight him? Is Maurice a fighter? Because
His
is
big
he
brother.
a
He's his big brother.
oh my God. Don't put yourself in that situation. Why would you say that when you know her husband is there? And the fact that this husband, I understood where the husband was coming from. The husband has been there for Kiki when she went through all her issues, with the
Yeah.
drug stuff. And now you know that your wife is not there. And nobody knows what that man went through, taking care, being her caregiver during that period. And for you to just open your mouth and be like, yeah, call the police, let them drug test her. Like, that could be very traumatic. So I understood the husband wanting to, give it to Masao a little bit, because, man, don't run down your mouth like that. You could talk about my wife doing whatever she did to your wife and not, condemning it, but don't use that against her, because it's clear as day she wasn't high. And I believe if she was high, she wouldn't be coming there where she knew that the cameras were gonna be there and the whole cast was going to be there.
Right. Marcel needs to just stay out of women's business. Period. Point blank. Let Letitia handle it. It's her cousin. Let her handle it. You know what I'm saying? Woman to woman. Hey, throw a drink back. Fuss, curse, walk
Exactly.
out, go home. I mean, you have so many choices. for him to always jump in and gotta say something. Like yeah, it got real for him because I seen him running. I was like, look at this nigga here. You know, like you gonna talk your shit and then you gonna run and hide. Like really? So yeah, that was a trip for me to see. You know.
Oh my god, I loved. It was fun for me to watch. Like, so Masao has fear. He's all talk. He's just all talk. He saw that guy coming so big, so huge. I was like, no,
That
no,
was like a
no.
freight train coming toward him. That was like a freight train. Shit, he got out
Oh
the
my
way.
god.
He ducked.
And I think Tisha knows that Marcel would have gotten a beating from Kiki's husband. Because the way she at that moment she forgot about the water being thrown on her. And she was like, I just need to protect my husband. And he just ran at the back of both of them and was like, yeah, yeah. He was at the back talking. When they were when they were trying to calm the guy, he was at the back talking like, yeah. I was like, square up. At the end of the day, you're talking trash at the back, square up.
Nah, he ain't got that in him.
Oh, I would have loved to see that. But at the end of the day, I was shocked. I did not expect Marcel to run. The last thing I expected in that episode was for him to run and hide.
I guess it's a good thing Courtney didn't come, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That one. Yeah.
Oh.
Maurice Marceau, nothing. Not with them two.
Oh. Oh no, with those two. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
right there, that should tell him that he should stop. Zip it up, close your mouth. Don't give your opinion when it comes to women, because why are you even in it, dude? Seriously, talk amongst the men, do the man thing, and stay out of women's business.
Mm-hmm. And I literally, like Ladon said, like you said, and thank God Courtney did not come because it looks like in the next week's preview, he's good also trying to be smart with Stormy.
Oh, he
Again,
asking
see,
for it,
he's
huh?
playing with fire. See, he
Yeah,
don't learn.
he's asking for it. Okay.
So it's great that Courtney didn't come.
Mm.
And please, let's talk about that preview for next week. Why are they talking about Kiki when Kiki is not there? And talking about her drug related issues. Tisha be acting brand new when they talk about her. But she's the one that's done the most talks about people. You're talking about, oh, she's still on drugs. Oh, she's high. About somebody. And I love that Stormy stood up for Kiki. I said, no, she isn't. She's fine. She wasn't high. Just because she was acting erratic doesn't mean she was high.
Right.
And the fact that they had a round table conference talking about Kiki, and why was Kimi bringing up that topic? Who thinks that Kiki needs help? Oh, you need help. You do need help. What's your business with Kiki needing help with her?
She
Did
ain't trying
Kiki
to do
did,
intervention.
did Kiki come to you and being like, oh, I need help? That you decided that you want to have a conversation. And I looked at the table. I was happy that I think I didn't see Melody there again. I think Melody would have left the chat and
Mm.
not being there because why would you sit down talking about Kiki and her draw? And you keep on talking about this um Crime Stoppers, we all know you. Then it was in real time. You knew that there was no charge being brought upon her. You knew that people have been, they've like established it for us that okay, she wasn't the one. They made a mistake, and you still keep on trying to be like, oh, the Crime Stopper style, everything. It shows that probably she's still on drugs. That's rude. Latisha is talking about how people don't trust her. People always come for her business. You come for people's businesses too. Like anything you do, expect the same thing from people too. You don't out here be acting rude, your husband acting rude to people, always giving his 5 cents when it's not needed, and you don't expect it to be done to you. Like, don't. I
Yep,
didn't
you
like
ain't lying. Let me tell you something. They likes to point the finger, they like to be the ones doing it, but when it's being done to them, it's like, oh, poor me, that victim stuff. Remember,
mm-hmm.
Tisha, you was all well with putting your sneakers on, popping off on Mel ready to, at the Galentine's, but yet Stormy called your husband a Mitch a couple times, and you just got water splashed in your face, and all you and your husband did was run, you know, and you want somebody to feel sorry for you. You know why people don't like you. Look the way you allow your mother to talk about people's kids. Look how you act. Look how, how jealous hearted you are, how black and dark your heart is. That's why people don't like you. You got to take a look inside.
And right now, Wanda is popping off on Instagram, already insulting a lot of people.
Even her son in law, she said they are every single man on the cast.
See, she's right here insulting people right now. If you go listen to the Instagram live now, she's right here popping up, insulting people, calling people names. But the fact is that how do you call people names and you don't expect for yourself to be called names? Because I believe if I sit down here and calling people names, insulting people, of course they would insult me back. So if I have a smart mouth on insulting people and talking bad about people, I should be able to take a little heat when people come for me too. It's still,
True.
I don't understand the fact that I don't know which logic or which planets they are living on. Every single time when thing goes bad for Tisha on the show, the mom is on Instagram or on YouTube. The day of the episode or the next day or 2 days after, I think whenever she has time, she's insulting everybody. She's like any YouTuber that comes for her daughter, she's joining you in the crew of insults. Any cast member, she doesn't care. She talks. See, I think the last YouTube live she did, she literally came for the Fletchers because of Nell was like said those things she said about Latisha. She's always, and now they were partying with them in their events. I don't understand this woman. Latisha, her husband isn't doing her good. Her mom is not doing her good. Man,
And she, and she can't stand without them. They're doing things that, well, her mother's doing what she want to do that she don't got the guts to do.
yeah, she wants to come and be like, like that, the period of Melody and these issues of her mom saying some things. She'll be like, oh, it's my mom. I didn't know. She will come and fringe ignorance. Oh, I never knew. My mom is a grown woman. She can say what she wants to say. It's not like I meant it. Like you're asking somebody else to fight your battles so that you won't be stained. We've done that. We know that people do that. Like I ask someone, please go help me do this so that they won't know it's coming from me. Whenever the
Because
mom talks, it sounds as if it's coming from Latisha herself.
right, because for one, you can tell your mother what not to say when it comes to your life, your job, your situation. You don't have to bring her in so deep. You can't control that situation if you wanted to. You choose not to. You can
Mm-hmm.
tell her, "Mom, that's messing with my money, my job, my this. If you love me, then you just got to stop." And then you don't call her and tell her nothing. You know? She wants Wanda to do that.
Like I would, where we end this life now, go to Wanda because somebody close to me is playing her life, and I'm telling you, this woman is popping off. What I mean, popping off. I mean, popping off. She doesn't care for your feelings, but she wants people to care for her feelings. How is that fair? There isn't any fairness there. Like at the end of the day, we just have to see how it's gonna be in next week's episode, whether they would literally, really have that chat. Oh, before we go, let's go to the comment section. Nicole said, I would never allow my mom to do what Wanda does. Latisha is the type of girl that starts things and lets her mother finish it. Hence the reason she can't grow up or move on. Latisha needs Wanda. Which is true. She needs Wanda to do her dirty work. Why she like, oh, my hands are clean. I never knew my mom was gonna do that. You knew. You could probably be in the same room.
Don't they follow each other?
They do.
Okay.
They do. The last one she did when she talked about the specials, she that was, then when the reunion, they went to LA for the reunion. She was in teacher's house and babysitting the kids for her. She was in the house and went live.
Lying and
So
saying
she,
somebody came there outside the house and called the DCF people or the police and said the kids was um home by themselves. Now she's talking about a mellometer did it. They always blame the mellometers for everything. But
mm-hmm.
anyways, ain't nobody taking no flight. They don't know the exact address to be going over there calling nobody. I think she just did that for publicity, for shock factor. I don't know.
It didn't even take any. Nobody even saw it. Took it seriously, and she was surprised. She decided to end it because the last live she did on YouTube, she was like, "Oh, nobody be coming for the mellometers. I didn't say anything. Nobody be coming for melody." Hmm. When it doesn't suit her, when she sees that things are too hot, she changes her mouth. Then when it suits her, she just pops off. But I feel like you are not. The first thing I say is you're not on the show again. Why do you always have opinions about it? Why are you having opinions about it so much? Well, I guess we'll have to wait next week to see what
Don't
will
she go
happen.
see
Anyway,
Betty? Don't she got a problem with Betty's daughter like she had a problem with Miss Van's daughter and was going
probably
after Miss Van? Go see Betty. Don't you got a problem?
she's scared of Betty because Betty's another one person that she. But
Yo.
I don't think she feels like she might not survive Betty.
They're punks. That see the revelation. The people are showing who they really are. Y'all are straight punks.
I don't think she will survive Betty. So that's why she doesn't say anything about Betty like that or says anything about Stormy. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us today. For the viewers, thank you for watching with us. And don't forget to subscribe to our individual YouTube channel. We have Shop Reality TV here. Make sure you click on the subscription button on her channel to subscribe. And we also have My Humble Self Unfiltered Uzo. You can click on the subscription button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much, Libby, for your girls for joining us. And also thank you very much, Ladon, for also joining us on today's review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. We'll see you guys
See
another.
you
No, we'll see you
later.
guys same time next week.
Let me just
Bye,
say, Sharp
bye,
Reality. I
bye.
love your little soft voice. When I go over there listening to your videos, I be like, look at her voice. It's so soothing.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. Thank you
All
guys for
right.
stopping by.
Okay. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.